use the computer. It is a Tuesday, 7th December 2021. It is the start of the new month. If you're watching this live, let me know in the comments. Comment hashtag live. If you can hear me loud and clear, let me know. If you're watching the replay at a later time, give me a hashtag replay in the comments as well. And if you need personal guidance on how you can build your remote closing career on a 15-minute no pitch strategy session. Okay, we don't pitch, we only serve. Comment strategy in the chat. And if it's your first time seeing our work, in the pinned comments or in the description, you will see a link to my free ebook. Just head over to seansena.com/book. And you will see all the resources available, my story, what we do, and it's all yours, as well as some options to upgrade to some paid content if you like. So we are here today to celebrate, okay? And the key focus for today's discussion, featuring my students. We have Martijn from the Netherlands, we have Jack from Hong Kong, and last week, Jack was here with us to share his experience overcoming himself. When he first started training with us, he felt like his paradigm was holding him back. He felt like his environment was holding him back. He felt like himself was holding him back. So he did share how he managed to overcome that. So if you didn't check out the replay, feel free to scroll down and find last week's call. You will see Jack. Okay, for those of you streaming in, check the pinned comments to get access to your free ebook, Remote Closing Secrets, where you can learn how to navigate your way in this space. So you stop wasting time loitering in those free Facebook groups and circling around. Okay, everything has been laid out for you in the book. Go and get your free copy, seansena.com/book. This week, we are very fortunate to have Martijn. He doesn't make every call because he has work to do. Today, he is here to celebrate with us. And we're gonna go through wins because I have no idea how it happened, but Martijn found a new influencer in a niche that he's comfortable with, in the solar niche. Just last week, he landed this new influencer. He missed class because he was being onboarded onto this new team. And then somehow on your first day on the team, you closed a deal. Like, how does that work, Martijn? Walk us through the entire thing. Like, what happened? How did you do it? Like, give us a summary.
Hi, Sean. Yeah, thank you very much for your acknowledgement. And actually, I was onboarded already a couple of weeks ago with the solar business. And actually, this is my third week, to be precise. And last week on Friday, I received a phone call from a client who I spoke to earlier in the week. We had a really good connection, and he liked the offer, what he saw, and he just decided to go with it. And yeah, just like that, it happened really without me having to push. I didn't have to sell. I didn't have to be uncomfortable. I just explained what we do, and I just provided him the best possible solution that I would choose if I was in his shoes. And yeah, he felt that connection, and he just decided to go with it. So that was really nice to have my first closed sale. And yeah, it feels really good because it's indeed in a niche where I'm comfortable with. And yeah, looking forward to the next ones. And I see in the last couple of days a big shift in the conversations I'm having with everyone around me. So that's including people who I live together with, but also the prospects who I've speak to on the phone. And I'm not sure how it happened, but last week, I think it was Thursday, I was just, I dropped off my daughter at my mother's house, as I do every week. And I was able to relax my mind, relax myself, and I just entered this flow state. And I just was able to keep myself in that state as well. And I think it gives me a lot of confidence because I was being grateful for what I have, for what I have done, and being realistic with what are my capabilities and my skills. So I think that gave me a lot of confidence, and it gave me a lot of freedom, like in my mind, to create all sorts of creative ideas just out of thin air, just with the things I already know. Just to like let go of the breaks, let go of the self criticism, and yeah, just let my mind flow. And yeah, it has created a lot of positive impact in just a matter of half a week already.
Very good share, snaps for Martijn. If you are watching this and you want to celebrate with us, type snaps, SNAPS, because we don't clap on Zoom because it's going to be a nuisance. So that's how we acknowledge and celebrate each other's wins. And we're going to break this down for our viewers and listeners to really understand, because depending on where you're at in your closing journey, and because of all the marketing that's being done about how we live as closers, there's this idea that, hey, the money is there. You earn money on the internet. Let's go, right? So people invest and they burn their money, they burn their hands, and then they realize, wait a minute, it's not what I expected. So to see you guys go from day one in that state, like, how on earth do I navigate out of this, to do what you did, which is I just shared the best way I can help. And there was no struggle, no hard selling, no resistance. I just helped him make the best decision, the most informed decision. And then they want the solution, they make the investment, you get paid your commission. So just seeing your screenshot in our chat, you made money at the comfort of your own home. Just the internet and a Zoom. And that's the picture that everyone uses to sell this lifestyle. So now we're going to take everyone behind the scenes. So how long has it been since you and I got to know each other? I believe it's in halfway this year, about same time as Jack. And then August, you joined our program. So there was a period of time where knowing how you progress, there were stages. So I believe in the beginning, your background was dim, the energy of the environment was bad. And if you look at our old videos, which is now in our members area, you see your hair was messy. You were in a dim background and you were like this kind of face, and you're like, how do I land influencers? And then there was stage one, and then like in the middle, like stage two, you started to find your groove. And what I feel really separates you from all the other closers is when you were going through stage two of, because you cycled through a few influencers and they weren't really ideal, but I feel like the difference between you and all the other closers is you seem to not be affected by that, because a lot of closers, the first time they connect with me, they panic. Like, how do I find influencers? Do you have, a sales gig for me? And they're in this state of panic. But when I noticed you were going through stage two, not once did I see you complaining or panicking or struggling. Like, were you just keeping it inside, or were you having some kind of certainty that I think we sort of have the formula now, and if I just continue, like it won't be a problem. Like, where was your mindset at when you were in the darkness?
Yeah, I think it is actually a bit of both. I think a part of me, I was insecure, and I felt like, how am I going to do this? And when I was writing down my income goals, I just felt like I was just writing it down like it's some far-fetched dream, some idea that's probably not going to happen. So I wasn't really confident in my ability to achieve it. But on the other hand, when I use my logical mind, and I was thinking about the things that I've already done, the sales I've already made, I know I can connect with people. So thinking logically, I knew that this was possible. And with the guidance that you gave me, I was able to find inner peace, find the stillness that you always talk about. And that really has given me a new foundation to, start every moment from, because just be just be who you are, just be where you are. And I think before that, when I first met you, I always felt like I was being judged, or people are going to judge me, or I fear of failures. But now I know, if I do make a mistake, I don't do it on purpose, and I will see it, and I will adjust myself, so I will improve. So it no longer feels like I will make mistakes. It feels like I will learn more. By every step I take, I will learn something new, and I can use that as well. So I only become stronger every day just by taking the right action and by believing in myself and in the process. So I think a part of me was like keeping it inside. Like on one, like back of my mind, I was feeling like, oh, I still don't have any money coming in, and I already invested, I don't know how many hours into role playing and into this course and that other course, and I felt like I have to do it. And for me, I think I was too much like tunnel vision just on the results. And now, since a couple of days, I felt like I can let go, because I know I can do it. So the results will come. Just relax, enjoy the thing that I'm doing, because I don't choose to do this just for the money, but also because I like to do it, because I love to connect with people and to serve them. So I think that really made the difference for me.
Incredible share. And I want to highlight what you talk about that, because every closer goes through this. It's a phase where you have invested all this money, all this time, because you know that if I go back to a 9 to 5, I'm going to have to work hard anyway. I'm going to have to improve my communication skills anyway. I'm going to have to get my discipline, my shit together anyway. Why not put all that energy into building something for myself, right? But then once you get into this space, you experience the darkness. Okay, it's a phase where it's really a darkness. You don't know what the next step is. And it's not that failing is bad. We all experience failure, but if you continue to fail again and again in the darkness because you can't see, you work hard, but you keep running into the same wall again and again and again. Eventually, your skin is going to peel, your skull is going to crack because you can't keep running head first into walls. So because you got coached, you had different insights, you had a different source of energy and support that you could tap into. So your ability, you were still making mistakes, you're still getting demoralized, but your ability to say, okay, what if I did something different? What if I change certain things? And your chance of survival started to increase. And from there, mistakes did not seem like mistakes anymore, because now mistakes become gold, as in it becomes a way to feel, okay, this isn't working. Let's try this. So with every mistake, you actually turn it around And now it becomes an opportunity because you learn, you grow, you get better. And you have all these experience points now after being in the darkness for like 3 months. Like I spent 4.5 months in the darkness. And a lot of closers can't survive that. About 6 months in the darkness, they tap out, they fade out, and they give up and they quit. So there is a period of time, would you guys agree that we can't survive in the darkness like forever? Sooner or later, if you're unable to get out of the maze, like burnout hits you, your relationships suffer, your health gets affected, your mental health gets affected. It's not a nice place to be. So at what point, Martin, in the darkness, did you go, okay, I think I have something? And what was that moment? Like, what did you feel happened? Do you have a specific moment, or was it just like a build-up? What was your experience like when the switch started to happen?
Actually, I noticed a couple of times when something was changing in my body, in my energy, and that impacted my belief as well. And I think it first started when you gave the first assignment to do 21 days of SOS, and that's when something really already shifted, like in my mind, because I noticed that subconsciously I was thinking more positively and more in terms of possibilities instead of like traps or failures. And I was thinking like, how can I do that, or how can I do that, instead of this is hard, or I can't do it, or I don't know how to do it. I just start flipping it around, and I think that's when the first shift happened. After that, I still felt I was stuck, like in the darkness. That's how you describe. I'm not really sure like how it happened that I shifted like into the positive side, into the light. But I think it also has a lot to do with the last um, exercise you gave me, which was to meditate on the heart chakra. Because I think due to my upbringing with my family, I felt like I was missing something there. And when you gave this exercise to me, and when we spoke about that in the other session, it really opened I think my heart, I don't know. And I was actually able to love myself last week for just for who I am and for what I'm doing, instead of being negative or blaming myself of things I have not yet achieved. I was being grateful and being thankful for myself because of all the effort that I'm putting in, and because I know that I won't quit and I won't go back to a 9 to 5, because I just can't. I just can't do it, because I know in my heart I cannot change. I cannot exchange 40 hours a week for some money. And so this was always like the point that I always thought, okay, I don't want that. So I just have to keep figuring out how I'm going to do it. And I think these exercises with the heart chakra and also the sauce exercises has really helped me to open up my mind, and also help me to to flow my energy through my body in the right way, to do the exercise properly. It really helped me to do a lot and to advance myself and my mind in some ways that I never thought it was possible. I never thought it was in me. I always knew that I have some intellect. I know how to I can add things up to make a logical plan and to think of business ideas, but I was never really able to feel that I actually can do it, because you can always find the right people, or you can find the right people to help you. But now, since I've been training with you for a couple of months, I really feel that I am capable. And of course, sometimes I still have these doubts, but they last shorter and shorter every time. And I'm able to get myself in the positive state more quickly. So sometimes I still go back to the doubt, like mindset. And then I really need to take a moment, sit down, relax, and just start from where I am again, instead of going like crazy in my mind with all of the possible scary things. Or yeah.
Yeah. Regarding the part where you say your energy changed as the turning point. So to give a clear picture to our audience on what is actually happening. So by the way, to understand what I'm about to share next, you need to know my new framework on what I call the 3-3-3 framework. It's the 3 types of closes, the 3 grades of influencers that we close for, as well as the 3 strategies of transitioning into closing full time, the 3-3-3 framework. You need to have this piece of document with you to understand what I'm about to say. If you haven't received that document, give me a comment, 333 in the comments below, and I will send it over to you so you know what I'm about to say. Martin, I feel, okay, started as a C grade closer where he was green. He didn't have the current set of experience that he has now. Okay, and very quickly, he got into B. Like right now, I feel he's a B plus, moving very quickly to an A. And this is his personal profile, because Martin is someone who is intelligent. Like I said, he has no problems connecting the dots together. He has a great work ethic. He can do a lot of things on his own, and a lot of closers are at this level, like the B grade level. Like you guys can go. You are good closers, and the only problems you face is you plateau. And when you plateau hard. And this is what the B closers experience, and it's really like a pattern, like a high and low. Like when your energy is good, you feel great, you can go, like nothing can stop you. And then sometimes when either distraction happens or setbacks or your emotions or your energy gets low, everything starts to get affected. And this is a pattern that a lot of B level closers experience, and it's really the main thing that stops them from getting to the A grade. So, for example, with Martin, I did not really. Martin, have I coached you on sales before?
No, only like the basic script, like set the intention, read it 50 times, and yeah,
Yeah,
a couple of small exercises.
I did not really teach Martin any, sales technique. I didn't really correct his style of closing, because for a lot of B grade closers, like you have your scripts, your influencers are already taking care of the way you enroll clients, set calls and things like that. So for closers like Martin, and let me know if you experience this as well, it's really the internal pattern that's stopping you from getting to the next level. And actually, that's really 95% of your success in business, your success as a closer. 95 of it will come from your intention, your energy, your spirit, your emotions. And the 5%, it's just showing up and executing. So let's hear from the other members as well. Jack or Andrea, if you have something to share regarding your personal experience when you already know what to do, but to get to the next level, it's the invisible things, such as Martin. Like, for example, for Martin, he grew up in a family where mistakes, for example, were not encouraged. So closing is business, and every day is chaos. Every day is mistakes. Every day is rejection and things like that. So we kind of already expect the chaos to happen. But when it does happen, like in your experience, knowing the right things to do, but having the invisible things that somehow hold you back from either performing or self-sabotage, like what is your experience in the darkness, and how do you, in your experience, how do you navigate out of it? Like, would you like to share your experience just very briefly?
Yeah, I can share my experience. So for me, the obstacle was a lot of fear. Most of it's come from fear of talking to people, fear of judgment. So on closing calls, it would be like I'm afraid of saying the wrong things, not being able to close, or like tarnishing the influencers' brand and name just by getting on call with them. So even before getting on the call, instead of focusing on the preparation on how can I do a good call, the fear starts running, and then like my negative thoughts and emotions will be anchoring around the fear zone. So it's like I'm waiting for bad things to happen when I get on a call. That was before I learned about stillness. And I remember, I think like one occasion, the prospect didn't say that he postponed the call, but I think because like I was so fearful, I postponed the call by not showing up. If you get what I mean, yeah. So these things will happen. It's like self-sabotage happening. And yeah, so these things, when I have fear, it happens this way. But then later on, once I learn about stillness, it's really a step-by-step process for me, and it took me quite some time to calm myself down on the emotional level so that I could start thinking about what are the exact things to prepare for a call. And in fact, when you say that we already have the sales training, that is very true as well, because once I could focus and think of the things that to start preparing for the call, I could just access the resources I have in my folders, everything that is being taught to me. In fact, I have a lot of scripts and for different kind of calls to fall back on and learning about the framework. So yeah, that was my incident before learning about stillness. And afterwards, when I learned and managed to, I would say, embody it and being able to prepare myself well for a call and being able to hold space when I'm on the call. That is why I'm able to start leading my prospects to move towards committing into the better version of themselves. Yeah, so that was my experience.
Very well shared. So what you're saying is, first, like after you have enough sales training, it's like the logical side, it's like, I'm good. But then for whatever reason, there's fear when I have to lead prospects. I have to know what to do, because if I don't do a good job, the influencer, might be affected. Their sales might be affected. So the stakes are high, and I don't know how to manage this fear of failure. And I understand that even for Jack, what you shared with me in the past, you said, and just said that to overcome it, it has been a step-by-step process of really finding yourself. And once you're aligned inside, oh, now I know what script to pull out. Now I know what to say. The techniques just find me because I have enough stillness and clarity to hold that space and know exactly what to grasp, right? So for Jack, what I'm really amazed is when I first met you, I'll never forget, you mentioned so many times, you probably don't remember now, but you said, myself is holding me back and I don't want to be stuck there. And I know how big that struggle is for you, simply because I've seen so many closers just disappear once they get pulled by the darkness. And what really amazes me is, I remember there was once you were late for our call, like for how long? 30 minutes or 1 hour? And then you corrected yourself. And since then, every piece of homework, every call, you have been consistent. And look who we have here today. We have little Andrew here to celebrate with us because Andrew just collected $700 USD in cash. It might be a big amount to you, it might be a small amount to you, but it does not matter because this is Andrew's first taste of victory after being in the darkness for so many months. Snaps for Andrew Wong from Malaysia, closing his first 700 USD in cash. How much is that? Cash. Magic. Okay, we will probably feature you this Friday or maybe next week. So great work, really well done. I'm so proud of you. Your story is going to be a huge one to cover. But back to Jack, I would like you to share with us your internal dialogue when you're different from the other closers because you closed yourself. And I've seen so many closers drown quietly and they quit. But you, my friend, you were able to show up for every call early, which is incredible. And you close yourself to do all the work required. When you are speaking to yourself, what did you say to close yourself? Hey, I gotta get things done. Like, are you just afraid that I'm just gonna scold you or book a flight to Hong Kong, or you just really driven to do it? Like, what is your thought process?
Huh. Well, yeah, I still remember that time I was late. It was like the very first few call we have, and I didn't mark that time on my calendar, and I miss it. That's what happened that day. And after that, I felt very guilty. Oh my God, I make a mistake. I was free at the time, but I missed the call. So after that, I never late. So yeah, so that's what happened. And then other things, which is what I experienced is actually really quite similar to Andrea. It is the self-sabotage, self-doubt, and that negative stuff. And I think like everyone will experience that, no matter how good you are, no matter when you are. I feel like I'm having some of that right now because I leave my last influencer. Actually, that's what I feel right now is I'm hitting a wall again, and it's kind of actually quite. I'm quite I would say like disappointed, quite quite lost right now. But thing is, as you said, I won't quit. I won't quit it because there's the path I decide to choose to go with, and I will never get back to the 9 to 5 job because just like Maltai said, it's like I don't know how you guys feel working in a 9 to 5 job. I feel like a slave. It's like no matter how much I done, I'm paying the same amount of money. If I don't do the thing, I'm also getting paid for the same amount of money. So that sucks. I really don't like that environment. So that's why I'm keep myself here, finding a way out through this darkness, this dark place, this chaos. But yeah, but from time to time we'll have the negative moments. But the key is to
What do you say to yourself during those moments?
during this moment. I would say I don't know. It's like I just ask myself what I actually want to do, and what and what I don't want to do. So that's make me really drive me going through this. My goals is to have my own empire, have my own studio that I can make anything I want to make in the internet, like games. I don't know, maybe some art piece. I don't know. We'll make it later, but that's my goal. Like to drive me going through this, and The second thing is I something I don't want to do, which is the 9 to 5 job. So I keep reminding myself, hey, do you want to get back to that place, being a slave? And the answer is no, I don't. So I stay here. I keep doing this, keep going.
Well done. Snaps for Jack. And I guess to conclude for today, the recurring theme that you're seeing in all these closes is, I would say, you cannot avoid the darkness. Even today, in my business, in my life, in your closing career, in your life, you should expect chaos. You should expect pressure. You should expect to be tested. That life is like that. And you can only do so much to avoid it. Because no matter where you go, life is yin and yang. It's good and bad. It's challenges and success. It's wins and losses. This is an experience for all of us. You cannot avoid the darkness. You cannot avoid the fear. You cannot avoid the thing. And the only thing you can change, which is what I've seen you guys unconsciously, or maybe, I don't know, consciously are starting to do, it's really in how you perceive the darkness. Do you see it as a form of hell? Do you see it as a training ground? Like personally, I see the darkness as a gold mine. It's a field of gold. Because the training that you get in the darkness, as long as you're not repeatedly running your head against the same wall, you're able to either get guidance or you're intelligent enough to navigate. This now becomes a training ground. And as long as with every experience that you get in the darkness, whether it's good or whether it's bad, you are leveling up. In 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, in 12 months, when you emerge out of the darkness. For example, Martijn, right now, it's already out of the darkness. Why? He can land quality influences anytime he decides to do it. He knows how to run game now. He gets on the call, he has no problems with his techniques. Now he knows how to raise his energy. So really the rest of it is just execution, consistency, protecting his space, protecting his well-being, exploring deeper into himself, his life, like it's building that mastery, which to me is the meaning of life. And from this point on, like you guys are going to just be self-sufficient. And how did all this begin? It's in the darkness. You did not see it as punishment. You did not see it as, I'm being punished. It's in how you want to perceive it. If you can see it as, oh, this is my opportunity to train. This is my opportunity to learn. And your threshold for pain, you're conditioning it. Okay, this is how you're supposed to play this game, which will never be advertised. What's being advertised is you get this, and then you yep, and then you get this. That's not true. There's so much that happens behind the scenes, okay? And I hope that this video today will be able to show you what life is like for a closer behind the scenes, okay? So you know exactly what you're signing up for and what it really takes to succeed. Do you really need more sales training? Do you really need more techniques? Or do you need to go inside, find yourself, understand yourself, and every single time close yourself to conquer yourself? Okay, that's it for today's live. I've overshot. I actually have a class to teach. So get your free ebook. Okay, scroll to the description, the comments, head over to seansena.com/book and download all your free resources. And as always, if you have a comment, question, or feedback, send them my way, and I will see you in our next live video. Have a great day, guys.